Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who've been following me for like years, and when I say years, I'm basically dating back to like 2017. I feel like for you guys it's not like a welcome back to my YouTube channel because you would have seen the content that I posted back then, but for new people this is obviously new content for you guys because I deleted my previous videos. So for the new people, welcome to my YouTube channel, and for the people who have been following me, I'm back. I don't even know where to start. So I was based in South Africa from 2017 until now, and I've recently just moved back to the UK. I know. So I've been here, I moved back in March, now it's August, I've been back for 5 months. So this whole entire YouTube channel is just to basically share some information about how South Africa was, what I'm doing in London, how London is, what I'm up to in London, how I'm finding it. So yeah, like I'm really super excited, and also this video isn't gonna be perfect because I'm like so nervous, but Oksala, I'm like actually here. So just to give you guys some context, I was born and bred in South Africa. I moved to the UK when I was 13 years old, so that was in like 2006, and then lived here, went to school here. I'm a South Londoner at heart. I live in Croydon, so lived in London, went to Coventry University, and then after I finished my masters, I unfortunately couldn't find a job in London, and I was working at, I think it was either Starbucks or Nando's, I can't remember, but I was working at one of those jobs. So I was just like, ugh, I don't want to get comfortable with working, you know, in Starbucks, or I really can't remember what it was at the time. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to move back home. So obviously based in London for 11 years, my mom and my sister live here, but I do have extended family and friends who live in South Africa. So I was just like, let me just move, you know, let me not think about it, let me just move. So graduated in November, and then tried to look for a job, couldn't find anything, and then was it January? No, in December I'd gone on holiday with my mom, and then I was just like, and I was in Durban at my auntie's house, and I was just like, do you know what, I'm not going back to London. But I'd already known that I'm not going to go back to London from before I went on holiday. So that Anna, you know what, I'm going to firm it and I'm not going to go back to London, because I was just like, I don't want to get comfortable. And also in London, Starbucks, Nando's, they pay quite decently, but I was just like, no, I want to aspire to more, you know. They moved to I was in Durban with my auntie and my mom for Christmas, and then I think for New Year's I went to Cape Town to stay with my auntie. And that is where my career began. So that was in 2018, early 2018, where I was living with my auntie in Cape Town. Guys, don't forget, I didn't have a car in South Africa. I didn't have any savings. I just bit the bullet. When I think of it in hindsight, I'm just like, okay, this was like a very risky move, but at the end of the day, I didn't have a cat, I didn't have a dog, so I was just like, what do I have to lose? Nothing. Oh, and I'd also sold my car in London, and I sold it, yeah, what was it? So I'd bought my car for £2,500, and I sold it for £152. But the reason behind that was because I think I had to renew my MOT and road tax. So I was just like, this doesn't make sense. Why am I going to pay so much money? I'm leaving anyway. Guys, I closed my eyes and I sold my car, and I remember they came to pick it up and I didn't even look outside because it was my first car and I really loved that car. And I was just like, okay, I'm not a hoarder, so for me it was difficult to let it go, but I was just like, it's fine, I'm gonna figure it out. So moving was really like a very fast, quick decision. But anyway, fast forwarding to South Africa, now I'm based in Cape Town, living with my auntie. I don't have a job, so I was looking for jobs so hard. Also, if you're South African, you'll know data is so expensive, but I was lucky because my auntie was always buying me data. I just had like an amazing support system, so me moving really worked in my favor. And then I met this very lovely girl who helped me to actually get a job in South Africa, and that was my first job in advertising and marketing, and it was amazing. It was really fun. So worked in advertising and marketing for 3 years. I was based in Cape Town. For the first 8 months I was in South Africa, and then there was this 1 week, because our offices were based in Cape Town, but we also had offices in Joburg as well. So this 1 week, a cousin of mine was getting married. Went to Cape Town, and I asked my manager, can I please work in Joburg for a week? Yeah. Guys, I worked in Joburg for a week, and I was just like, this is where I belong. So what I loved the most about Joburg was it's so fast paced. It's so fast paced. It's extremely diverse. And for me, I just felt like if I want my career to grow, that's where I need to be. So I was just like to my manager, after being there for a week, I was just like, can I please move to Joburg? And she was just like, that's quite weird, because people normally want it the other way around. People want to live in Cape Town instead of Joburg. I was like, no. I want to move where the other kids are, which is Joburg. So Nyani, it was a very quick process. Obviously they approved for me to move, because I think my client was actually also moving to Joburg. There was just a lot happening, and it was happening in my favor. So guys, Danica closed her eyes, and then I moved to Joburg. I mean, obviously, my mom had sent me money. My mom is very supportive. So my mom had sent me money. I had to look for a flat. And I remember the only thing that I had was ibedia. I didn't have a kettle, I didn't have a fridge, I didn't have all of that. So I basically bought it as time went on. And yeah, I moved to Joburg, stayed in Joburg for some time. I stayed in Randburg, in like this small little cute flat that has so many memories. And then from staying in Joburg, I moved to Kyalami, and that was when I was still working for the advertising and marketing company. And then eventually I got another job, and then I moved back to Cape Town. So it was fun. Like, South Africa was really fun. I learned a lot. But in learning a lot, I sometimes feel like the mistakes that I made were mistakes that could have been avoided. So like, for an example, credit score. That's one of the things that I've become so consciously aware of, where in the beginning, I actually really didn't know much about credit score, if I'm being really honest. I didn't know much about it. I didn't know, you know, if you miss a payment, it's going to affect you for life. If you miss, there's just so many implications that come with money, and, you know, having your money in a bank or opening an account, so on and so forth. So in moving to South Africa, I learned a lot when it came to finances. I bought a new car when I was there. I still have my car. My baby is parked in the garage. Don't ask me why. I'm not gonna sell it. But I am kind of like, sometimes in 2 months, I'm just like, oh, baby needs to go, because oh, baby is not being used. But I'm still thinking about it, so maybe I'm gonna sell it. I don't know. I'll see next year when I go back home. So I learned a lot when I was in South Africa. I made amazing friends. Guys, throughout that whole entire 5 years, I never came back to London. I never visited. I can't even blame it on the pandemic, but I was just happy. And also South Africa is home for me, so I didn't feel lost or anything, but I just felt like this is right. This just feels right. And then, what's the time? Oh, yes, I have time. So it just felt right. Like, I mean, with any move, sometimes, you know, like, there's hard times here and there, but I feel like with what made me to really move back to London was really closely related to finances, because I was just getting to a point where I was just like, okay, I'm now getting older. I wanted to buy a house. I want to invest. I want. And Ichelede was just not doing the things. So, I mean, like, a lot of you guys will know, in South Africa, cost of living is expensive. Some jobs pay well, some jobs don't. And because I'm dual citizen, I was just like, you know what, my mom kept on saying, you can just come home. So it took a lot out of me. I was just like, okay, I can move back to London, and I can save, I can work in London, and I can still achieve what I want to achieve. But obviously, you know, when you're earning in pounds and you're sending money to South Africa, that's like a lot. It's a lot. So I bit my teeth for a very long time. I was just like, I know I have to move, but I'm just not ready to move. So I was based in Cape Town when I eventually made the decision of, girl, you're just gonna have to move back home. And then yeah, I basically bit the bullet. I had to sell all my furniture that I'd bought over the years, and that made me like really sad, because, you know, guys, I remember how much my first couch costed. I remember my fridge. That was the first item that I actually got on account, and it was actually with Macro. So sorry guys, I'm just checking this. So I remember going into Macro and I was like, guys, I need a fridge, and obviously you have to apply. So oh, why is this thing messing around? I think it's because I keep moving back. So I had to apply, and then I applied, and then they approved my application. So that was the first item that I actually had on account, and that was where I really learned the importance of credit score. I don't think I ever got anything else on account, because obviously then I bought my car. I don't have 300,000 rand laying around, so obviously I financed that. And then what else did I get now? But I had a lot of things that I'd bought, like you know, I had like this huge mirror. That's one item that I really didn't want to sell. It's actually still with my auntie in Cape Town. I need to ship that back home. So I bought so much stuff that I unfortunately had to sell, and it broke my heart, guys. It really broke my heart. But when you have better stuff coming, it's just one of those where you shouldn't hog on to it and just sell it. So I sold it, and then I'm filming, so don't come to the room. So eventually I sold everything. Thank God for Facebook Market, because Facebook Market helped me a lot in terms of, like, obviously, you know, advertising my stuff and getting people to buy, so on and so forth. Why does this keep being dark? Lighting is really not the one, eh? But anyway, guys, so yeah, heartbreaking, yes, whatever, ever. Now I'm in London. But I feel like there's the intention and the purpose of me actually creating this YouTube channel was because I learned a lot being in South Africa, and I was just like, okay, if I've learned this much, surely I can share learnings, you know, through living in London and also living in South Africa, and comparing the two countries together. So for an example, the other day I went to Zara and I bought a few items that costed me 115 pounds. And I know Zara in South Africa, guys, is so expensive. Like, if you have, it's, for me personally, it was expensive. I mean, like, for an example, jeans can go up to like 1,000 rand or 1.2. I think the cheapest is probably maybe 700 pounds. You guys, 700 rand, sorry. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But here in London, I got so many items for 115 pounds. I'll show you guys. I'll do like a small little haul. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was just items. It's just like, wow, can I get the same thing in South Africa? You know, I bought makeup the other day. I can't remember the last time I ever bought makeup, to be honest, when I was in South Africa, because wow, the prices are just wild. But I understand, obviously, because they're having to match markets and whatever, but it just felt like I couldn't afford, and that was very frustrating for me, which is why I was just like, you know what, can I get in Diambe? You're London. No, my mom. Also, I stay at home, so when it comes to paying rent and like a lot of other additional costs that I had in South Africa, I don't have those additional costs in London. So I stay at home with my mom and my sister, so I don't pay for rent, but obviously I help out in cleaning and stuff. So yeah, it was just, guys, it just became a lot. Like, it really just became a lot. So then I just decided to move back to London. I moved back in March this year. So far it's going well. I'm happy. I'm in a good place. I miss South Africa a lot. If anyone were to ask me, would you move back to South Africa? I don't know. I definitely intend on investing, but moving back, I don't know, guys. Like, it would have to... I'm gonna visit South Africa regularly just so that I don't have that void where I'm just like, I miss home. But in terms of moving, the economy in South Africa is just deteriorating, in my personal opinion, and it makes me quite sad. So I don't think it would be worthwhile for me to move back home unless like I really get like a bomb-ass job or whatever the case may be, definitely. So the purpose of this channel is basically, you know, to like share information with you guys that I've learned, you know, in South Africa and here, just to create nice content. So like some of the content that you can expect to see is lifestyle videos, travel videos, makeup tutorials. I'm really not that good with makeup, so like this is very basic. So when it comes to contouring and all that stuff, I'm going to be learning with you, or you're going to be learning with me, and I'm really excited. I mean, like I bought NYX products. There's somewhere in the corner there. I bought NYX products the other day, and I'm actually going to create a video to see how that's going to look. I also bought some Zara clothes that I'm going to show you guys. So it's just going to be a platform where obviously you guys can ask me questions in terms of, you know, how's London in comparison to South Africa. I'm a little bit shy. Actually, I'm not a little bit. I don't like filming outside, but maybe as time goes on, I'll definitely do like a vlog for you guys to show you around London, shops in London, Sephora, NYX, Zara. They have like, guys, London has like these beautiful shops when it comes to clothing. There's this shop called Anthropology. It's in Kingston, but I know that they also have a store online. And the dresses that they do, the clothes that they do, oh my god, guys, zinhle, they are absolutely stunning. So I feel like in terms of makeup versus clothes is gonna be here and makeup is gonna be here, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna have like, you know, a nice mix. But please also obviously ask me any questions and stuff like that, and I will also be touching on my financial learnings. I intend on buying a property in South Africa next year, so I'll also take you guys through that process, what I'm gonna do with the property, you know, if I sell my car, why did I sell my car, who bought my car. Well, I can't disclose that information, but I haven't sold it yet. But should I sell it, I'll share that information with you guys. But I really don't want to sell my car. So this is just basically a platform of a South African who once lived in London, moved back to South Africa, then moved back to London. And yeah, I just intend on having like a lot of fun with you guys, and just also, as much as it's, you know, content where I'm having fun, but I also wanted to have a huge element of education and, you know, you guys feeling informed once you've watched my content. So we're gonna see how it goes, and as time goes on. And yeah, by the way, my name is Danica and welcome to my YouTube channel, and I really hope you guys enjoy the content, and please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.